G'day, Livio, Regano with tonight's weather. Rain's quickly clearing North Queensland as the monsoon low, which threatens to become a cyclone tomorrow, moves further out to sea. But strong to gale force winds will continue for the central and southern Queensland coast this weekend. 24-hour rainfalls, mostly in the south, with Palmwoods getting 36 millimetres. Sugarbag Road in Caloundra had 34 mils, Sippy Downs 31 and Nambour 23 millimetres. 19 to 26 degrees at temp range at Sunny Coast Airport today. That's 2 degrees below average at the top end. In Nambour, the top was only 25 and Gympie scored a high of 27. On the satellite loop now, the main rain band that was covering the northern half of Queensland yesterday and the day before has basically cleared the coast, and you'll see why in a moment, because the monsoon low has pulled the rain aside, if you like. Still a lot of strong wind left over. As you go a bit further south, there's a sort of a clearing zone, but around Fraser Island in the Sunshine Coast there's been a barrage of light showers all day, making for very inclement conditions. Inland to be completely dry, fairly nice at the moment on the downs. Now on today's chart you'll see the low has intensified and it's moved a little bit further southeast, as it will continue to do. Very compressed isobar pattern, so we've still got strong to gale force winds along the tropical coast, and a severe weather warning for damaging winds just around the Whitsunday area, where we've got some quite strong gusts. Strong winds all the way down to the bottom, as well as southeasterly swells. On tomorrow's chart, the low continues to move in a straight southeasterly direction. And then finally on the outlook chart, there's a good chance by this stage it'll turn into a cyclone, affecting the southern coast only while things clear up in the north. Now the latest from the Weather Bureau, the boating forecast for Sunshine Coast waters. A strong wind warning continues for tomorrow. South to southeast winds 20 to 30 knots on a 2.5 metre easterly swell. Winds reaching almost gale force on Sunday, but a little bit below 33 knots. Then 25 to 30 again for Monday. Low tide first up tomorrow morning, followed by a high around the middle of the day or early afternoon. The swing's no longer that big with the half moon fast approaching. Now the southeast coast district, bit of cloud around, slight chance of a shower only. Maroochydore 17 up to 26 degrees. Nambour also 26, nice and cool. Gympie 27. And looking ahead for Maroochydore, persistent southeasterly trade winds for the next 7 days should keep temperatures relatively cool, with showers expected intermittently on about 3 or 4 of these days next week. And that's all for this week, folks. Thanks for your company and for your loyal patronage to 7 Local Weather. I'll be back on Monday with the next chapter. Hope you can join me then. But for now, enjoy the weekend, and I'll hand you over to Robbie Sherwell with the Surf Report.
Thanks, Livio. Well, as a tropical cyclone builds out in the Coral Sea off Cairns, and at the moment it is only a tropical low, but it will be a cyclone over the weekend. We are already feeling the effects of it. Strong south-southeasterly winds, and the swell is already around that 2 metre mark, and it is going to get bigger either Saturday, Sunday, right through to Monday and Tuesday. For surfers, it is great news, except that all the point breaks are going to be the go for surfing. That means it's going to be extra crowded. All the points at Noosa are going to have waves. If it gets too big, it's all about Noosa, but there should be a few waves down around Alexandra Headlands and Point Cartwright over the weekend, and Mooloolaba on the high tide. If you're thinking about a swim across the coast, I suggest the public swimming pool. The ocean is looking very, very dangerous. With these huge high tides and small low tides, we've got massive rips as the tide drops out. Please make sure the beach is open before you enter the water. Only swim between the red and yellow flags. Advisable to swim at waist depth water only. I hope you have a great weekend across the coast beaches. Now it's back to you, Joe.
All right, thanks for that, Robbie. And that's all from us for tonight. Thanks very much for your company. Just a reminder, you can enjoy a replay of our news and also the National Bulletin from 6:30 over on 7:2. From all of us here, enjoy your weekend. Good night.